Hi everybody, this video is an update on my cold plunging experience up to this point. Just before I jump into the crux of the video, if you don't mind taking a quick second to please like or share, subscribe, or post a quick comment on the video, I'd really appreciate it. So thanks in advance for taking a second to do that. So I posted my original cold plunge video maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was quite excited at the time. I just got my hands on a cold plunge and had started to do a few of them, and I've been doing them since. Excuse me. I've modified my cold plunge a little bit, and excuse me one more time. You can tell I really don't edit these videos because I'm not starting over again. So I've modified my cold plunge apparatus, and I want to give you a little update on that and just kind of tell you about what I've been doing because I've been really excited about it. I've been enjoying some of the benefits from the cold plunging. As per usual, nothing I'm saying should be construed as medical advice. This is for informational purposes only. If you need medical advice, please talk to your healthcare provider to get that advice. So my original cold plunge setup was a 55-gallon drum that one of my friends helped me cut the lid off of because he has a lovely shop full of tools that I don't have. It's on my wish list. I have a shop full of tools, but it's hasn't entered my life yet. So cut off the top of that drum, and much to my chagrin, I don't quite fit into a 55-gallon drum. I'm 6'3", 200 pounds. I just don't fit in there. I thought I would. I did not. So I was kind of doing a modified cold plunge where I was probably able to hunker down and submerge like maybe just above the top of my abdomen, and then I was wrapping myself in a sopping wet cold towel and just kind of doing that, and that was good. I was getting a good cold plunge experience from that, but it wasn't quite working due to my size. So I purchased a couple of weeks ago a large 90-gallon, so about 360-liter recycling bin. Kind of looks like it's one of those big honkin' recycling bins that you see at various venues where there's lots of recycling, or kind of a double the size of a standard compost bin that we might have here at our roadsides in beautiful Nova Scotia, and basically just filling that with water, and I fit perfectly in that. So I'm getting all the way up to my neck. It's just wonderful. I'm going to post another video in the next little while, maybe the next month or so, just outlining the exact apparatus I'm using, because I did a lot of research, looked into a lot of different options for cold plunges. There's a wide range of expenses and methods that can be used in this and that, whether we want to treat our water with things that we maybe don't want to pour out into the world, like treating it with chemicals or chlorine, or loading up with Epsom salts. So I've decided to use an ozone generator to sanitize my water. So I'm going to get into that, but once it's all set up, I'm still kind of piecing all of that together. So I've been what I've settled on for myself, and largely based on what Andrew Huberman, who's a Stanford professor, research scientist, really smart guy. If you haven't checked out his podcast, it's called, what is it called? I think just the Huberman Labs podcast or something like that. So it's a great podcast. So based on what I've learned from him and having looked at some of the research studies on cold plunging, he talks about trying to do 11 minutes per week of cold plunging. So I've been going in 4 times a week for 3 minutes per plunge, and it's been really great. I've been at around 10 degrees Celsius, which is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit to my understanding, so not as hardcore as some of the folks where you see the videos where they're breaking ice off the top of their plunges. But looking at the research literature, to my understanding, it looks like a lot of the benefits are seen around that 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degree Fahrenheit mark, and it's plenty cold for me. I get out, I'm looking beet red, I'm shivering, like I don't know, maybe I'm a big baby, but I'm getting good benefits from my 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degree Fahrenheit water. So that's what I've been doing. Some of the benefits that I've seen are that I've found that my exercise recovery has been going better. I was kind of wondering out of the gate if it might be a bit of a placebo effect, and I suppose it still could be, but that's okay. I'll take a placebo effect. I don't really care where it's coming from, I suppose. But I've been finding that I haven't been as sore after my jiu-jitsu classes and Muay Thai classes and weightlifting, and I've been just seem to be recovering faster, which has been lovely. I've also noticed some interesting, what I'm interpreting as detoxification effects. So I've had like some little skin lesions popping up here and there. My skin is normally very, very clear, which I'm very thankful for. I lead a very healthy lifestyle, so I should hope that it's clear. But I've had, just a few like pimples pop up, one behind my ear and one on the side of my head that took forever to go away. And so just signs suggesting to me that I think the physiological impact, all of the detoxification enhancing and microcirculation enhancing, and I think cold plunging, to my understanding, can help to stimulate things like autophagy and mitophagy, so like this kind of cellular cleansing happening. I think that I'm having a bit of a detoxification effect from the cold plunges, which I happy about. It's good to get the bad stuff out, so to speak. So the exercise recovery, the detox effects, and then also it just feels really good getting out of that cold plunge. They talk about how cold plunges in the research literature has been shown to help elevate dopamine levels, so kind of like that feel-good neurotransmitter, the sense of accomplishment neurotransmitter, feeling kind of very fulfilled neurotransmitter. So when I get out of that cold plunge, and I'm thankful that I'm finally out of that cold plunge, I feel really, really good. My mood is elevated. I'm generally a very happy-go-lucky, good mood guy in the first place to begin with, but I feel just like extra happy, extra motivated, and I find myself thinking about the next cold plunge. Even in like an hour after the cold plunge, I'm like, oh man, like I wouldn't mind going back in there. And then of course, when it's time to get in there the next time, I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really want to do this? So it's certainly not an easy process, but it's been something that I've been really enjoying, and I'm ascertaining that it's something that's probably helping my overall motivation and get up and go and whatnot, which is again already pretty high to begin with. I'm happy and thankful to say. So definitely for the exercise recovery and the what appear to be detoxification effects in my body, I'm planning to continue with the cold plunging with some dopamine enhancement for good measure. I'm quite a happy camper, happy customer. So I'll post another update video at some point, because again, maybe it's a placebo effect, maybe I'm just having a honeymoon phase with the cold plunge, so we'll see how it goes. But so far I'm sold. So I'm going to do another update video down the road, and then I will do a here is my cold plunge apparatus video in the not too distant future. If you yourself have done any cold plunging, and if you've cold plunged yourself and you have any feedback about that, please post in the comment section below. I'd love to hear feedback. It's great to see what's in the research literature and all of that, but actually getting feedback from folks on the ground who have actually been doing it, I think is also very valuable. Lots of benefit to anecdotal data. So I'd love to hear about your experience. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What kind of benefits did you see? And if you have any questions about cold plunging or any other topic, please feel free to post in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer as soon as I can.